about what you're calling the Holly Holm?
You watched that whole card?
I did. The
Gilbert
Gilbert
knocked my socks off. I wouldn't have made that a main event. The Gilbert Barboza fight, right? Like Barboza was the favorite.
Yeah.
Gilbert coming off the suspension.
Yeah. Those leg kicks are so brutal.
Ate him up. It's still an exciting fight. It's going to be interesting what they do with Gil, because Gil gets paid a lot of money, just a straight standard contract. I think he's at 200 or 300 grand a fight minimum.
Wow.
You might have to look that up, but either way, he has a high premium.
Yeah, he's making bank.
And now, he tested positive, so he lost his last fight. Now he loses this fight, kind of got dismantled. So it'll be interesting what they do with him.
He's 1-4 since signing with the UFC.
Yeah.
He's also 34, 35.
Yeah, but remember, he would get signed so fast by Bellator because him and Scott Coker are very close.
Oh, yeah.
Very close.
I just love watching that guy fight. He always brings it.
I know, but you're 1-4.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Especially when you're paying the premium.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll watch any fight Gil is in. I love Gil. I'm a fan of Gil.
Yeah, me too.
Barboza was just younger. It was his time. Speed.
His speed is so stupid.
It's stupid. Those leg kicks were insane.
Oh.
But I'll tell you who's in more trouble than Gil. Holly.
Hold on. Yeah.
Holly's in a lot of trouble, man. You look at that fight, and it was the same in the Misha fight. She's so tentative. Now, she's a counter puncher, so you say, well, she's a counter puncher. I get that. But even when the openings are there, she's still not taking advantage.
She's a little nervous.
There's nerves, but there's hesitation. She's not getting off. Then she's getting taken down. So something's not connecting there. I don't know what it is, but she doesn't look like a contender right now. She just doesn't. Like you gave her maybe 1 or 2 rounds in that fight? How'd you have? Just the first round, right? I figured maybe
it was fairly close outside.
Close, right?
She was trying to be aggressive, but she was getting countered. She
can't go forward. She's a counter puncher. Yeah. Well, Shlemenko's a freaking monster. That's how you say her name, right?
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko's, world class stand up too.
Yeah.
But then she out grappled her. That's the issue I have. When I see, because when I see her take her down and out grapple her, I'm like, well, what's going on? What is she working on in camp? And a lot of people give her shit because she could have sat on the shelf and waited for a bigger fight, but then she takes this fight and she loses. You lose 2 in a row now. Now you look like a flash in the pan. Now you're known as the girl that knocked out Ronda. But she has the skills to be the champ for a long time, because remember, she was beating Misha, really. She was ahead on the card.
She was. Yes,
so
she was.
I think that at the 135 in the women's division, you're going to see that belt rotate. I don't see anyone keeping it for a long time.
How does Holly do against Amanda Nunes?
It's a great fight, because what's Amanda Nunes do?
Boxes.
And comes what?
Forward.
Yeah. And what's Ronda do? Boxes, comes forward.
Yep.
What's Holly do? Kick you in the face and make you go back to movies.
And punch you and move out of punch you and move.
Kicks you in the face, and real quick, it's like, I'm just going to stick with the fake act. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the fake fighting. Yeah. I'll do the same shit. Yeah. But that's there's a style which Holly just fucking thrives on. It's someone who's reckless, comes forward and tries to get her out in the first round. Enjoy that. But we've seen how that works out. So these educated fighters are like, I'm not doing that shit. I don't want to get kicked in the face.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's really interesting.
It's a bummer, because Holly's such a good person, such a good athlete, such a good fighter. You lose 2 in a row. It's not as bad as a guy losing 2 in a row. And I'm not being sexist, but it's not as bad, because the division's not as deep. There's not as many stars. They're dying for other female competition fighters. She beat Ronda. She's known as the one. She was a title holder. She lost to the world champion Misha Tate. Now she's lost to this girl who's a monster, who's ranked, I think, 7. So, it's not as bad when you're a girl, because there's not that much depth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like if you're a guy boxing 140-pound division, 147, you lose. It's like,
minefield.
I mean, you might as well retire. Yeah. Or at 170 in the UFC, 155, 145. Yeah. Hey man, it's probably gonna take you 5 to 6 fights. With Holly, she wins 2, or even 1. She gets another knockout in the face. She's back.
Yeah.
It was tough to see, man. I don't know. It's tough. I love Holly.
I'm impressed with Shevchenko's wrestling and her takedowns. I mean, she's really good. She's a really good wrestler. And I don't know where she learned it. And she trains
she's
out
a 17-time Muay Thai champ, so her clinch is fucking
Yeah, she's-
strong.
Her clinch is filthy
She's
McNasty.
beaten Joanna
Twice.
3 times.
No,
I
it's,
think.
yeah, I think it's, but she's a lot bigger than
I think
Joanna.
3.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
she's definitely bigger, and it's a
Still,
different
though.
sport too.
Yeah,
but it's
still is right.
impressive. Obviously, her
She's
clinch is really
damn
strong.
good. She's
Joanna
damn good.
is a fucking nightmare. No one's beaten that girl for a very, very,
Long
very long time, if ever. And the thing is, it's better for the sport when you have a dominant champ like that. And everyone goes, I saw the tweets when Holly lost, like, oh, I bet Schaub's going to talk about how it's bad for business. In the women's division, it's so new. You need legit stars. You need dominant stars. You just do.
Look what Ronda
Look what
did.
Ronda did
That's what
because
she
she was
did.
so dominant. Now, if Ronda went there, lost, won one, lost one, you don't really have a women's division. She
Right.
put women on the map.
Right. 100%.
So you need a dominant champ. Think about Floyd Mayweather, 50-0.
Yeah.
We tuned in to watch his fights just because we wanted. He was so
Artistry,
dominant.
artistry.
And dominance.
Yeah.
Like everyone gravitates towards a winner.
Yeah.
In the women's division, you keep losing, and it keeps rotating. It's not good. It's like the light heavyweight division. I don't know what's going to happen.
How would you stop that? Is there
Stop
any
what?
way? Is there any way to stop that revolving door?
No.
There's no way.
Until someone like a Ronda comes along, but the game's evolving so fast.
Yeah.
If you're just good at submissions, if you're just good at kickboxing,
Yeah.
if you're just good at jiu-jitsu,
You know,
you're just good at wrestling.
A lot of it has to do with how smart your team is too. It feels like if
But
you,
the game's constantly evolving.
Yeah, but if
That's
you
what
have a
I'm
good
saying.
team who can go, look, this is what her tendency is. You should be over here and doing this. If you have a good team that can break down somebody else's game,
Holly would beg to differ. She has the best team. She lost 2 in a row now.
yeah.
You know, and she's not very good at jiu-jitsu. She's not very good at wrestling.
Yeah.
She's
That's kind of new to her,
dominant
right?
in
That's
one thing.
relatively new to her.
She's been fighting for a while.
No, I'm saying jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
She's been fighting for a while.
Yeah.
MMA for a while.
And she's with some monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends, man.